Shalom. Kohlo Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Bahashem Rakakadash. For blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And what you see on the screen, I was checking it out yesterday. I didn't get around to doing it yesterday. The spirit had me do it today. So all praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. So you got down here in Chicago, you know, as you can read the title up here. It says Chicago gangbangers rage against newly arrived Venezuelan migrants as trendy Aragua moves against in. Right? So I did a video, I believe a week or two ago, about how, the Chicago gangs and the Venezuelan gangs are, they cool with each other, you know. And this video is the total opposite. They're saying that Chicago gangs don't deal with them. They hate them. They're about to unleash, hell on them, and it's about to be a bloodbath, so to speak. It's about to be a war, which it's been war in Chicago, man. Niggas been killing niggas for the longest, right? So, uh, you got these gangs going on coming in there, Venezuelan gangs or, whatever, which there's been, all types of Mexican gangs and other northern tribe gangs in Chicago already. But for some reason they're highlighting this because they want this to be the spark that can get the tribes to go against each other, man. So you ask me, this is all propaganda and it's an agenda. And you got these, washed up, ex gang members who saying that what you're gonna hear in the video, they're taking over our streets and they post up and that's a sign of them taking things over. But what were you doing when you was gang banging, man? You was taking over hoods. See, Jake is a damn hypocrite, man. As long as when he was doing it, hey, it just is what it is. That we wasn't no joke back then. But now you washed up, you can't run a block because you in your 60s and 70s now. Now it's still going on. But wait, you paved the way. So now that it's still going on, now it's a problem. Nah, I'll tell you what it's about. It's about the money, man. And who's the culprit behind this? Which Jake don't understand. Esau Edom. He uses his fiat currency, to divide and conquer and ultimately destroy, man. This is all propaganda and agenda to get the tribes to go against each other. But Jake is not going to see that, man. Because what you're going to hear in this video is the talk of money, and they're giving them this and they're giving them that. And, well, Negroes been getting a lot since they've been over here, man. But Esau is pushing this so that way you Jakes, because dumb Venezuelan brothers, those are Jakes as well. They just from the Northern Kingdom, right? A lot of them. You may have a inkling or two that's not, but for the most part, a lot of these migrants coming over here is our people, man. So Jake got an issue because he feel like he's being left out, and it's all about the bag with Jake, man. They struggling in Chicago. You know, Jake's struggling all over the world, man. But in Chicago, especially, Jake ain't with seeing, you know, these migrants get, or so-called migrants, these illegals, so-called, come over here and get, and they just don't get. So they feeling left out. So, Esau's gonna throw out his traps, and a lot of you Jakes, you gonna fall for it, man. You gonna fall for the trap. The money is the cheese, man. Right? As soon as you fall into that money, and as soon as you fall into that trap, he got you. So I'm gonna play this. How about you, Malshah willing? The elect be edified. Check this out, man.
America has allowed gangs to enter our country.
The migrants that are coming, they're taking over.
And Salakia, he said America has allowed gangs to enter into our country when gangs always been in America, man. You niggas in gangs that been in Chicago ain't been doing nothing but killing each other, man. For the most part, because we know that Esau Edom, he got his part in that too. Right? But Jake is a hypocrite, man.
Every block right now.
The city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke. It's going to go up in flames.
Gangs in Chicago are angry over the influx of migrants and criminals in their city. They say money that should be going to the African American community on the South Side is instead going to what they call non-citizens, and warn that turf wars between Chicago's gangs and groups like Venezuela's Tren de Aragua could see Chicago, quote, go up in flames. Photographer Matt McDermott and I traveled to Chicago's South Side to see what was happening for ourselves after we heard about a police report last month that the Tren de Aragua gang had taken over an office building there. We spoke to a number of young, hardcore gang members, as well as gang elders who have retired from the life, and just regular citizens who are very much part of the community. And they're all furious.
And take notice that, and they only getting one side, right? A lot of these Jakes are bought and paid off, man. They only getting one side. Why didn't you go, if the so-called migrants, the Venezuelan gangs is taking over Chicago, why you not showing no footage? Why you not going to speak to them? Right? Why didn't you put that in here, man? Why you not getting both sides? Why you only getting one side?
At the estimated $500 million that's reportedly been funneled toward new migrants in Chicago since 2022. And they aren't happy either about what they say are Venezuelan criminal gangs that are leaving the shelters and spilling out into the South Side into abandoned buildings. I spoke to Tyrone Muhammad of Ex-Cons for Trump.
And look at this, Ex-Cons for Trump. Jake is completely through, man. Jake is through. And this dude, he be at every board meeting. I've seen this dude before in other, Chicago gatherings where they go and they protest their anger toward the migrants. So this Jake right here, man, he came out of jail or whatever, but now he an ex-con for Trump, man. These Jakes are through, man.
Who runs a street patrol and violence prevention program. He's gone straight since his days as an enforcer for the Gangster Disciples. And he said the situation is very tense on the South Side as turf battles between the local gangs and Venezuelan migrants heat up.
It is impossible to release gang members and criminals into our country through the borders and broken walls, and then infiltrate them in our community that's already impoverished, that's already broken, that's already disinvested. And when the black gangs, the leadership in the black gangs in Chicago get fed up with the illegalities and the criminal activity of these migrants or non-citizens, the city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke, it's going to go up in flame, and it's going to...
But so-called Negroes ain't citizens neither, man. Just because you got that label American on you, African American, do they treat you like an American? No. They don't treat you like an American, man. They treat you like 3/5 of a human being that they think you are, man. That's what it says in the Constitution, man. So Jake is not in the know.
To be nothing that the National Guard or our government can do about
And
it.
they don't want to do nothing about it. They want this chaos to happen, man, because they want the tribes to fight against each other. They don't want the tribes to know that they're the same family. They come from the same stock. And you don't know it neither, man.
When the bloodshed hit the streets, blacks against migrants.
Zach Massey did time in state prison with Tyrone Muhammad, although he's only 27. He's a leader on the streets and said he's disgusted by the money going to Venezuelan migrants at the expense, he says, of the African-American community.
I finally actually talked to him on the translator app, and he told me all the things that he got going on, how they help him get a car, apartment, clothes, link. So it's just like, I just be looking at it like they ain't got no Social Security number. Where they come from? He probably not even here legally.
They get right here. They get quick housing, quick funding, food. They get cars with no license. They can't even read English and stuff like that. So they get all these perks when they get here, and we still here starving. So what we gonna do about it?
So, and that's what Jake is worried about, man. But wait, when you Jakes, you get money, what you do, man? You want to cook out and buy Hennessy and smoke weed and so now that somebody else getting the money, it's an issue. Jake don't know what the hell to do when he get money, man. Because Jake ain't got no wisdom.
Are y'all gonna listen to our cries?
Corey Rogers was a Blackstone gang member for years. He drove us around the South Side and showed us areas where he said Trendo Awagwa and other criminal gangs are setting up shop and what he called showing the flag, which means brandishing their weapons in front of like a housing project.
The migrants that are coming, they're taking over every block right now in this area. Right now, you don't see them because they come.
Yeah, exactly. They taking over, but you don't see nobody over there, man.
Out at night. They said they took this courtway over probably about last week. He said it was a.
Now he said they took this court over last week.
100 Venezuelans standing out in the front right here.
Terry, is it an abandoned building? How do they just take it over?
They just when you take over something, you just stand outside, and that's called showing the flag.
What kind of guns?
So wait a minute. So if somebody's just standing outside somewhere, that means that they took something over. Jake have no wisdom, man. So that means, according to this dude and others like him in Chicago, if I go stand in front of a corner store, does that mean I took over the corner store? Because I'm showing my flag, so to speak.
Semi-automatics, anything you name, you're gonna see it on the street. These boys got so many big guns that if they're 150 pounds, the gun is bigger than them. I swear.
But they know how to handle it, right? They know what. Tell me about the fact that they're criminals, right? This is a criminal element. These aren't just a bunch of Venezuelans that walked over the border and used to be gardeners back home, right?
Right. And they come from the gangland. They come from rougher gangs than us.
One gang member who only gave his name as David on a particularly dangerous drug dealing corner on the South Side did not hold back when he talked about the influx of criminal gangs from other countries into Chicago.
The real issue is that America has allowed gangs to enter our country.
So the real issue is that they let gangs come into the country, which you didn't know that until the news put it up. But it wasn't an issue when gangs were already in Chicago killing each other, man. When you Jakes, you so-called Negroes were killing each other and selling drugs to each other and robbing each other and stabbing each other. That's not an issue. The issue is the people coming over here, and getting more money and getting more perks, as you say, than you. Jake is full of shit, man. This is Iraq 13-3. But see, like I said before, Esau Edom is behind all of this, man. Right? Esau Edom is behind all of this. He's using his money as a way to divide, conquer, and ultimately try and destroy the tribes, man. Get them to fight each other and go against each other and knock each other off. Because in Chicago, they have always, wanted Chicago, man. The elites, the government, whoever, man, they always wanted Chicago. This devil always wanted Chicago for some reason, because they know Chicago is a rich land, man. There's a lot of history with Chicago. But this Jake right here, he wouldn't know that, right? This is Sirach 13-3. It said, the rich man have done wrong. Who's the rich man? Esau Edom. And yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wronged, right? And the poor would be considered the Israelites. In this case, the southern kingdom, and even the northern kingdom is poor, is wrong, man. Because they're being used to go against one another. It says, the poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit. So if the so-called white man can use you, right? If he can get you to go against each other, it says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. And that's what this devil is doing, man. He's using you for his profit. What's his profit? To divide you, to conquer you, right? It says, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. Right? So Esau Edom, what he does is he gives his money, he gets the tribes to go against each other, and then next thing you know, he promotes it, says that it's a gang war. Look at them. They're killing each other. Right? It says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee. And that's what Jake, in this instance, the southern kingdom is being deceived, man. And then the northern kingdom is also being deceived. Right? It says, and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. Right? He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? So this devil, in this case, he don't even ask them what he know what they want, man. He know they want money. He know they want a citizenship. He know they want, things to, help them survive. And he's only giving it to one side, man. He's only giving it to certain people, man. But yeah, you got Jake over there. He cursing each other out and having these protests and building town meetings and where's our cut? So Esau Edom is using y'all for profit, man. He's using y'all for a reason, to get y'all to go against each other. This is why Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna get rid of this devil, man. Because it's an agenda. Proverbs 4:14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Right? So you're supposed to know and have wisdom enough to know that this devil is up to something, man. Right? Even if he give you some money, just know that it's not for it's for a bigger purpose on his end. It's not for you to prosper, man. It's just for you to be hated on, for troubles and sorrows to come near you, man. Verse 16. For they sleep not, this devil, the wicked, for they sleep not except they have done mischief. By what? Thinking of a master plan. right? How can we get the tribes to go against each other? I know what. We'll give the Northern Kingdom money. We'll give them benefits and perks, and we won't give the Southern Kingdom nothing. And watch them and watch heads roll. Right? It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief." Once they come up with their plan and think of evil, now they can go to sleep. It says, "And their sleep is taken away unless they have caused some to fall." And in this case, you Israelites, man, which every day is you Israelites, man. They looking for y'all to fall. It says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence," man. So this is what they come up with. They want violence to brew against the tribes. You know, this is what they want. This is what they need, and this is what they want, man. Because this devil is he's the real problem. It ain't no damn money. And the Lord got something for him. This is Micah 2:1. "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it," man. Yeah, as soon as they wake up, they're thinking of violence, man. They're thinking of how to stir up violence. It says, "When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands." Yeah, because they own the money, man. That's all you hear everybody talking about. Money, money, money. The bag, the bag. I need to get the bag. So if you got, people in a city, you got a right and a left side, and you only giving to the left, the right is going to get jealous. That's just what's going to happen, man. And they're going to see the left flourishing, and they're going to look at it as they're being left out. So then violence is going to brew. That's what it is. And Jake just full of it, man. He's a hypocrite, and it's all about money with him. But this is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. "For the love of money is the root of all evil." And what is bringing this evil? The love of the bag, man. The love of that money, right? It ain't about gangs coming over here. It's about what the migrants, so-called migrants, are getting. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after," right? And our people are very covetous, right? They said they're giving them cars with no license, right? They're helping them with cars. They're helping them with apartments and living. They're helping them with food stamps and other videos I've seen. They're helping them with rent. They're letting them live rent free while we over here struggling. That's going to piss anybody off, man. But this devil, he's just sitting back. And he's like, yeah, look at him. It's only a matter of time, fellas. Let's just sit back and watch the show. Right? It says, "Which while some coveted after have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." So that's up the ladder, man. Right? Not just gangbangers, not just nigga Jake, but you got, anybody that's, of our nation that's shorting, with money going in his pocket. You on the job, wherever, man. Even a household. If you got a household, everybody live in the same house. You got one family member that got a great job. He's getting all these raises, and then you got the other family members that's still stuck in their respective jobs and not making a lot. They're gonna get jealous of him, man. They're gonna see him come in the door with all his stuff and all her stuff, and it's just a natural thing in this wicked ass kingdom, which it shouldn't be about money, right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua makes you poor and rich. So it's all about Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But these niggas are so cardinal that they just, hey man, it's about the bag, nothing else, right? So hey, that's where it's at. That's where it's at, man. This devil on his way out. This is why he's doing what he's doing, man. Let's continue. I got two more. We're gonna shut it down.
Things that they would consider acts terrorist groups that are formed here. We are terrorist groups. If we're in the game, they let terrorists in our country.
The Reverend Corey Brooks also said to me he's disgusted with Democratic policies and said that Black Lives Matter, for example, has never reached out to help him or anyone else trying to improve conditions on the South Side.
Chicago is a blue city. Illinois is a blue state. There's no doubt about it that the majority of our neighborhood, they're going to continue to vote Democrat until they wake up. The good news is that there are a lot of people who are responding and waking up and saying, listen, we're not going to take this. We're not going to stand for this. We're going to vote differently. And they're now accepting some of the values that I hold dear and some of the values that the conservative Republican Party holds so dear. And so for a lot of people, it's not about the person, it's about the policies that we're fed up with. And as a result, I think this is going to be the largest amount of people who have voted for a Republican president in Chicago that we've seen.
I also spoke to one Venezuelan man who was so scared of being identified that he put a hoodie on and refused to face the camera. He told me in Spanish that he had to flee the building where he's being housed because a Venezuelan criminal gang took it over. He said if they knew he was talking, they'd end his family's life back in Venezuela with one bullet. You know, what struck me the most about our week in Chicago was how intelligent and self-aware these gang members and ex-gang members are about their community. You understand when you talk to them that joining a gang and making big money selling drugs is often too tempting to resist when faced with the lack of other real opportunities to make money. And for a place known mostly in news stories for being bloody and violent at night, the area is like a village during the daytime. Everyone knows each other, and believe it or not, there's a friendly vibe. But we spoke to a lot of people and their patience is being stretched thin. I would not be surprised to see the gangs here taking action once the Venezuelans try to get a real foothold here.
And that's what they want, man. That's exactly what they want. And this ex-cons for Trump, man, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work, Jake. This devil, he got to go, man. Trump is your enemy. He don't give a damn about you, man. And everybody, they keep talking about this election. This election is going to turn this country, which this country is already done, finished. This America is finished already. So everybody think that whoever, if Trump gets in office, that's going to bounce the country back. Nah, man. Yahweh Shem Shah's will is to destroy America, Babylon the Great, and you niggas that trust in man and not in Yahweh Shem Shah, you're going to be put away, man. You're going to be put away. So let's get this last one, because this devil, he got to go. You know, Psalm 64 and verse 1. It says, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right? Because, like I said, when Jake out there protesting, it falls on deaf ears. Right? This devil knows what he's doing in Chicago. He don't give a damn. It says that they may shoot in the secret. They may shoot in secret at the perfect, right? Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And how are they shooting at him, man? They're shooting at him by dividing them, by not giving one side and giving the other. And they not seeing that it's a bigger agenda at hand, man. It says they encourage themselves in an evil manner, right? They commune of laying snares privately. That's the trap. They laid it privately. I told you they have their secret meetings, right? They don't go to sleep until they come up with a master plan to stir up violence, right? To stir up hate toward the tribes. This is what they do, man. It says they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? And right now, the tribes are not seeing who's really behind this, man. They think that it's just the mayor, the government. No, there's a top government, man, a government that you don't see. right? Verse 7. It says, but Yahweh Shem Shah shall shoot at them with an arrow. The Lord is going to bring them down, and the Lord is bringing them down. By ways of this word, the prophets and the servants out on the highways and hedges teaching you who you are, right? It says, but Yahweh Shem Shah shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Suddenly are these devils going to fall. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, man. So the same way this devil set up shop to destroy the tribes, it's going to backfire on them, man. It's going to back. He's looking at Chicago to just be a bloody city, and that nobody can handle, but it's going to turn around on him, man, because the Lord is in control of all things. So these ex-cons for Trump, you can have a patrol and all that. Hey, man, it's not going to work, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to let what happened happen, and he's going to deal with it the way he's going to deal with it. So I just wanted to touch on this. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, willing to elect me other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Hey, man, ain't no ex-cons for Trump, man. It's all about Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach Yahushua. To the next lesson, Shalom.